the graduation assembly, I was announced as the valedictorian, with a guaranteed spot at Princeton. But just then, a woman dripping in designer clothes stood up. Principal Evans, if I recall, my husband donated the new library to this school last year, didn't he? That spot at Princeton, shouldn't it go to my son? The entire auditorium went silent. The principal just smiled nervously, bowing and scraping as he agreed. The woman shot me a smug look. So what if you have good grades? My husband is the CEO of Apex Corporation. A broke nobody like you could work your whole life and never even reach my son's starting line. I smirked at her and pulled out my phone. Mom, your stingy husband is wasting your money again. I hung up and looked at the arrogant woman who was still gloating. I knew who she was. Doris Thorne, the mother of Caleb Thorne, the kid who was dead last in our class. Seeing me look at her, she curled her lip in a dismissive sneer, looking me up and down. What are you looking at? You got a problem with it? Listen, little girl, this world isn't just about being good at books. Her sharp, manicured nail poked me in the chest. A poor student like you probably couldn't even afford to donate a single book in that library, could you? A few scattered laughs echoed through the hall. I clenched my fists, my nails digging deep into my palms. Principal Evans, since she mentioned donating the library, could we please check the donation records? Doris acted like she'd just heard the funniest joke in the world. Check? Who do you think you are? Does the great name of my husband, Leo Vance, even need to be checked? The principal wiped the sweat from his brow. Well, the donation list is in the finance office. I stared him straight in the eye. If I'm not mistaken, school policy requires all major donations to be publicly listed for at least 2 years. The auditorium slowly fell silent. Doris's expression flickered. What are you trying to say? The principal fumbled for his phone and nervously dialed the finance office. When the finance director's voice came through the speaker, everyone held their breath. The new library from last year? The donor is listed as a Ms. Victoria Reed. In the dead silence that followed, all the color drained from Doris Thorne's face. She snatched the principal's phone. Impossible! It was my husband! The finance director's voice continued. Our system shows that a Mr. Leo Vance did participate in the donation drive, but the amount was $10,000. The auditorium exploded. $10,000 versus an entire building. The difference was staggering. Doris's hands began to shake. There must be a mistake. That can't be right. My husband told me his company donated the whole building. Suddenly, her face changed. I know, this Reed person must be one of his employees. She must have secretly changed my husband's name to her own. Watching her frantic act, I couldn't help but laugh out loud. My mother, Victoria Reed, is the real power behind Apex Corporation. My father is just a trophy husband with the title of CEO who loves to show off. For years, my mom had turned a blind eye to his posturing. I never thought he'd find another woman on the side, let alone have a son who was my age. I suppressed the rage building inside me and looked calmly at the principal. Since the donor wasn't Caleb Thorne's father, I believe the spot at Princeton is still mine, right? The principal wiped his forehead, but before he could speak, Doris slammed her hand on a table and shrieked. The building was definitely donated by my husband. You just wait, I'll call him right now. She dialed a number. A familiar man's voice came from the other end. Honey, what's up? I'm in a meeting. Doris put him on speaker, her voice sickeningly sweet. Honey, I'm at the school today. You donated a building here, remember? But when we checked, the records show some woman named Reed. There must be a misunderstanding. Can you clear it up with the principal for me? The voice on the other end paused, clearly flustered. Well, that donation was a complicated matter. I'll explain it to you later tonight, but Doris wouldn't let it go. I know you're busy, but this is really important. This is about whether Caleb gets into Princeton. I'm sure that Reed woman just stole the credit from you, right? Just explain it, honey, please. Well, my father's voice lacked any conviction. The donation was made in the company's name. There might have been a clerical error